Today I wanted to talk about something a little bit different than my normal videos. If you don't know me, my name's McLean. My wife and I operate Hello Tomorrow Films out of Vancouver. We create wedding, documentary, and commercial films. We've been doing this for about 16 years professionally. That's a really long time. One thing I've really noticed when it comes to filmmaking, the filmmaking community and like the YouTube world really likes to talk a lot about gear. I get it, it makes sense, it's cool, it's fun, I like it. Gear today is incredible. I got started in 2006 at the ripe old age of 18. I was a baby. I was, growing up, I made skate videos and comedy skits with friends, and I was always just obsessed with making stuff look as close to what I saw in movies as possible. I literally thought they had one really expensive camera that they all used, and if I could have that camera, I could make incredible films, and my stuff would be as good as theirs. Insane, I know, but I did believe that. The weird thing is, over the years, that basically happened. In 2006, HD was becoming a thing. The Panasonic HVX 200 came out. Cameras started getting really good. You could get something that looked very filmic for a very cheap price. Then the whole DSLR revolution happened. And you could make stuff for next to nothing that looked like a movie. 13-year-old me would have been freaking out if I knew this was going to be possible. It's so cliche to say, but you absolutely can go out today with your cheap DSLR or your phone and shoot a film. You can edit it on a phone or an iPad. The barrier to entry has never been lower. So why don't you see everybody out there making films? Being able to create stuff and make it look this good is literally the dream of most filmmakers. And honestly, still today, people are chasing that. They want their stuff to look better, look more cinematic. Everyone can do it. And that's basically the problem. Everyone can do it. But you know what everyone can't do or do well is tell a story. Story is the key. We've all heard the super cliche phrase all the time, story is king, put story first. Story is what matters. We get it. We've heard it a ton, but it's extremely true. I remember back in the early days of my business hearing that thrown around. It was starting to become a real big buzzword. No one really explained it. No one went into what exactly story is. How does that apply to filmmaking? How does that apply to documentary films or wedding films? A few years into my business, I got to go to film school. It was something I had always wanted to do. I learned a ton about storytelling, and it really opened my eyes to how important it is and how cool it is, like what you can do with it, how you can impart feeling, how you can make the audience care, was something that started really exciting me. I quickly realized as I was learning about story that I really sucked at that part. Storytelling was hard. And despite wanting to learn more, coming out of film school, I couldn't really find very many places, or any real places, that went in depth into what story is. So I decided to do some digging. I dove into screenwriting, film history, analyzing films of filmmakers I've loved, films I've made. I made my own short films, all of it. And that process really changed how I approach filmmaking. I started shifting my thinking from the how to the why. Why this lens for this shot? Why this gimbal move or handheld move? Why slow motion? So what even is story? Everyone throws that phrase around, like I said, but I really don't think a lot of people know what it means. Story on its surface is a series of events. This thing happened, then this thing, etc. But there's so much more. So after all that digging, I learned that in general, story in film is made up of 5 major elements. Plot, a sequence of events that are connected to each other. Narrative, the structure of the series of events within a story. Character, a person or being within a story. Setting, when and where the story is set. Theme, a film's unifying concept, what the story is truly about at its core. So on a deeper level, story is about why and how. Why did this journey happen? Why are these characters going through what they're going through? What are the elements that are making up this story? How is the story told? How does the narrative unfold? So in my line of work, the wedding and the couple are the subject. The story is about how they came together. The great thing about weddings, what I love about weddings, is everyone's story is unique. You just have to do a little digging. The more you pursue storytelling, the more it becomes second nature to you. Consciously or subconsciously, you begin to infuse it into every step you take in the filmmaking process. This pursuit of story and the frustrations in finding out exactly what it means led us to create our very own masterclass. Over the years that we've been doing wedding films, we've heard from so many other filmmakers how frustrating story can be and how they're just winging it. And we think there's a better way to do things. So we decided to pour all of our knowledge and experience, our trial and error, into one masterclass. We call it The Story, a masterclass for wedding filmmakers. This course covers our entire process and infusing story into every step, from pre-production through to post-production. We have over 3 hours and more than 25 lessons on all things story. This course is coming out May 9th, 2022. We're very excited to share it with all filmmakers who are trying to approach story in a more intentional way. In the meantime, I wanted to share something with you right now. Something that has helped guide us in every film we create is something we call the story checklist. If you go to the link below and sign up, you can download this checklist for free. It's a perfect reminder to help you put story first in every step of the process. We really think it can help shift your thinking to putting story first in a very practical way. So download it. We hope you enjoy it. Leave a comment below about what you struggle with in the storytelling process, what you might not understand or want to learn more about. There's plenty I want to understand more of and learn more about. I honestly really want to know what you think, because I don't think the filmmaking community talks about this enough. So yeah, leave a comment below, like and subscribe, YouTube, and I'll see you in the next video.